Okay, so we have a few shipments of new materials. I want you to put them on shelf B3 and C7, okay? And be careful with that. It's fragile. What's that? No, there have been no reports of any new injuries. The infirmary should have all beds free. What do you mean there's a bed taken? What? No, like I said, there have been no reports of any new injuries. Why are you bothering me with this? She did what now? Okay, I'll go check. Like I was telling you, aside from the operating table, there should be 3 beds in the... Are you serious? You have a room in the barracks. Get up and get out of here. The rest of us are working and you're in here taking up a bed in the infirmary. Get out. This lazy bunny, I swear. Anyway, I think they have things handled down at storage, so let's go talk about guns. This here is a Zen gun. Zen guns are used only by operators, meaning that there's currently no way to equip them or any of their behaviors onto outpost facilities, turrets, or weaponry. Only human hands can use these things. Now, a lot of different armaments claim to be fully customizable, but the Zen gun truly is just that, completely customizable. You start by picking a core gun. Standard issue, everybody has one. This is where things start to get interesting. The large icon here is a spray type Zen. That means that it's got high speed. This is the basis of what determines how your gun fires. So this is like a rapid fire type of gun, but you can give it certain augments, like increasing its damage, reducing ammo cost, and elemental strikes. But you can swap to different firing modes. For example, the second slot has an explosive arrow. And again, it has the same ability to have passive modifiers added to it. This means that at any point in time, your Zen gun could fire up to 3 different ways. Assault rifle, shotgun, SMG, grenade launcher, you name it, it's got it. The sad part is, though, you have to find the Zen first, and that can be a little bit of a challenge. You see, Zen is categorized in 2 separate ways. You have Morph Zen, again, that's the core that determines the overall behavior of how the gun fires. But then you have Booster Zen, and that is the passive buffs and changes. This one deals increased damage to enemies with more HP. As you can see, they take up 2 slots, and they're surprisingly rare. You find them out in the field, in containers that have been dropped by other operatives or in ruins of destroyed bases or other things. You find one, you want to keep it. You can actually use them immediately when you pick it up, and it will either take the slot of one that you already have if it's a Morph Zen, or add itself on as a buff. One of the primary reasons that you want to hold on to any Zen you manage to get your hands on is this right here, the Zen Reforce system. By taking Zen that you don't want, you're able to combine them together to get a list of possible rewards. It's kind of hard to tell what exactly it is you're going to get, but if you're not going to use the Zen anyway, you may as well smash them together and see what you're able to come up with. So we're going to give that a try right now, actually. Splitter Zen. I'm actually not entirely sure what Splitter is, but I don't particularly care. We're going to take one and reforge it. And the list of Zen that's possible to get are on the right here. The possibility is changing as I scroll through, but let me see. So it's actually scrolling through a pretty huge list, so let's give it a try. I turned one splitter, one Zen into Min 2. I have no idea what Min 2 is. What we do is we go down, back into modifying your Zen, and we can check. Hitting a friendly building heals it. That's very, very interesting. So I can shoot at my own installments and that will repair it. But it specifies buildings and not other players, so I can't shoot operatives and heal them that way. This is why you want to hold on to yours then, so that you can potentially get something better. I think, actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and put that up. Very, very useful. In order to access the different forms of Zen reforging, you are going to have to research them, which I will cover some other time. But yeah, if you find Zen, you want to keep it. Here's the firing range, where you can test out your Zen gun. This is the rapid fire. That's the explosive arrow. And that there is a lightning strike shot. Different firing modes have different cooldowns, so you have to keep that in mind when you're switching out your Zens. Pressing and holding Q will open up the Zen menu, where you'll be able to scroll through all available Zens, choose what slot you want to go where. On the right, you can see the preset. As we change that, the preset changes. You want to make sure that you're looking at the right preset when you gotta add or change any Zen, otherwise it'll make your gun control a little bit wonky. More than just Zen, however, you have the actual weapon attachments. Zen guns can be equipped with a barrel, a grip, a sight, and a stock. These will increase their damage, accuracy, crit chance, and sometimes they have other passive abilities, if you're lucky. For example, the sight I'm currently using highlights enemies that are in range. That's the red glow. Almost like thermals, except for robots. More than just your gun, you also have your armor. Operatives are equipped with a helmet, gloves, armor, and boots. Helmets usually add things like critical chance, crit bonus, weak point bonus, things of that nature, in addition to your defense and armor. Gloves will have your active ability. In the last video, I was using a personal scan. It's got a shorter range and a cooldown that's just long enough to be annoying, but it can really help when you want to save energy at your outpost, or if you've already explored most of the map and you just need to know where a few of those pesky items are. The armor is primarily about just defense and armor, pretty straightforward, but the boost is all about mobility. Some boots will give you a double jump, some have a jetpack enabled that's tied directly to your operative stamina, and yeah, that just about does it for equipment. Or so I thought. We covered the guns, we covered your armor, but what we haven't covered is ammunition. In addition to standard ammunition, you also have electric, pyro ammo, and cryo ammo. Cryo ammo is my personal favorite because it can freeze enemies if you shoot them enough. Regular ammo is self-explanatory. Electro ammo is a little bit more complicated, but it does ignore armor and deals direct damage. So if you're dealing with an enemy that has a lot of shields or armor, use electric ammo to punch right through. Pyro damage deals extra damage to enemies, and eventually will inflict burn. They'll take damage over time. If you're not in a rush to take out an armored target, or you want to apply some pressure without giving them your direct attention, pyro ammo is the way to go. My personal strategy when it comes to ammo is to always hold on to regular ammo boxes in case your components at your base need a reload. You can't put loose bullets into turrets and machine guns. You have to use an ammo box. And yeah, it's just kind of handy to keep those as a panic button just in case. Instead, I always prioritize the elemental ammunition: pyro, electro, and cryo. In this post-apocalyptic future, organic life is valued above all else. That means that if you're fighting a robot, and you will be fighting a robot, you want it to either be fighting your outpost or dying as quickly as possible. Kind of limit the risk to yourself. The best way to do that is to use the most effective ammunition, and regular ammunition isn't quite that. It's the most available, but it's not the most effective. It's only a little bit more expensive, so it's definitely worth spending that a little extra to ensure that you're always as well defended as you can be personally. There is no way to load elemental ammunition into your components, so why not keep it for yourself and leave the standard stuff to your base. And that should just about do it for information for new recruits. There are some other details I wish I could have gone over, but unfortunately I'm incredibly busy. Until I find some time to explain things in further details, you can head to the Intelligence Center for anything that you're missing out on, and for information on missions that you'll be dispatched on. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some unpleasantness to take care of.